So the next topic is command line arguments. It's a very simple topic. So after discussing this topic, we can wind up our session. Command line arguments. Command line argument is a parameter supplied to the program when it is invoked. Command line argument is an important concept in C programming. It is mostly used when you need to control your program from outside. Command line arguments are passed to the main method. So here some statement is written: command line, command line, command line. First thing is you have to understand what is command line. Sorry, is the window visible? Some cmd.exe. Is the window visible?
Yes, sir.
So this window is called command prompt. Command prompt. So suppose I want to create a file, or suppose I want to write something on the notepad. In Windows, what will you do? You will click on the start button, you will select the notepad and start entering it. So there we are giving some click and selection. So instead of that, you can write the commands also. So if I want to open notepad, you just write the command notepad. Notepad will be opened. Okay. One more thing. We already written some number of problems. More than 100 problems we have discussed. Suppose I want to open that program through command line. So I am storing my program in my F drive. I am storing my program in F drive. So here, if you reading this, it is written as C uses Agat. So it is the default location. So I want to change my location because I have written my C programs in F drive. So I am giving F. I have written some programs in folder called CP Online. I opened that folder. Now I am in CP Online. Inside that I have one folder called programs. So I am opening that. All the programs are written here. I am not clicking anything. I am only giving some commands and pressing enter key. Suppose I want to see all the files inside this folder. Just give ls. Not ls. I think it is dir. With this much programs we have written. So these are all programs written as part of our course for illustrating the examples. Suppose I want to compile some program. For that, on command is that gcc. gcc means GNU C compiler. So our first program I will compile. Add 5 and 3. So some warnings are printed there itself. There is no error, so it will not have any error. So if I want to run that program, I just want to give command A. A is a command to run previously compiled program. A is a command to run previously compiled program. So I am giving A. So here sum equal to 8, 5 plus 3 equal to 8. So this is the output of the program, add 5, 3. So now I have not used any C++ IDE or any software to compile this program. I am not clicking any button. I am just giving some commands. So I hope you understood what is command line. Okay. Remaining things will be clear when we see the example. Command line arguments are passed to the main method. Okay. Some syntax are there. So earlier we studied only something like main, opening bracket, closing bracket. And we didn't write anything inside this bracket. Here in command line arguments, we are using some programs with command line arguments. We have to pass two parameters. One int argc and another one is char star argv. So it is a pointer array of character. By looking at itself, you can understand it's a pointer array of character. It is actually a string array. It is actually a string array. Otherwise, you can write void main int argc int char star argv, or you can write main alone. Or you can write main alone. Anyway, these things will be clear when you study the example. Anyway, you have to understand what is argc and what is argv. Argc is int, is an integer type and stores number of command line arguments passed by the user, including the name of the program. So here I have given GCC. So GCC is the command given, followed by name of the program. So this is actually a command line argument. This is the command. Along with I am giving something. First string will be program name, that is command line argument. So anyway, it will be clear only discussing in the example. So that argc will contain number of arguments passed by the user, including the name of the program. So if we pass a value to a program, value of argc would be value of argc would be 2, one for argument and one for program name. The array elements from argv of 0 to argv of argc-1 will contain pointers to string. Argv of 0 is the name of the program. After that, till argv of argc-1, every program is command line arguments. So I think you didn't understand anything about these last points, so it will be clear when we see the example. So I'm going to write a program to add two numbers through command line arguments. First program is write a program to add two numbers using command line arguments. This is the program to add two numbers using command line argument. I will explain line by line. Main. Earlier we have written main opening bracket, closing bracket. Here we are giving some arguments. I will execute the program, at that time it will be more clear. So I am using command prompt to execute this program. Not through the software I am executing through the command line. For that, first I have to compile the program. GCC. Name of the program is command_arg.c. So this is the command to compile the program. Okay, I got some warnings, no error. Next I am going to execute this program. So what I have to give is A. I am giving some two numbers, 5 and 6. I got sum as 11. So if you notice here, one minute. CP Online programs. This is where my program lies. Here you can see a file called a.exe. The time is 1:20. It is just created now. This is created when I compiled that program. So this A is the name of the program. Actual name is that command line argument.c, but when it compile, the file will create a name A. So A is the name of the compiled program, followed by two arguments, 5 and 6. So 5 and 6 are the arguments passed in compile time, during the runtime or through the command line. So 5 and 6 are the command line arguments. Here I have two arguments, argc and an array. Argc means it will automatically extract number of arguments. Here I have a total of 3 arguments. So argc will contain number of arguments. Along with that, some array will be created. The array name is argv. It is a string array. It is actually a string array. So the size of array will be same as argc. Argc is same. 3 arguments are there. So size of array is argc. So this array will have 3 cells. 3 cells means index value 0, 1, 2. Index value 0 contain A. Index value 1 contain 5. Index value 2 contain 6. Is it clear now? So far, can you follow? Those who are clear with command line arguments, please type clear message. Saket Kumar. Saksham Sedu. Yes, so what is this argc?
Sir, it is the argument.
Okay, it is the argument count, number of arguments. Here in this example, 3 is the argument count. Always remember, first will be program name. In every program, first argument will be program name. So that will be stored in the 0th location. Okay. So next I have written 3 integer values. So A, B and C, A, B and S. A, B and S. Here I have written a function @OE. Here I told you this 5 is a string, 6 is a string, not an integer, because this is a string array. So this is actually a string. 6 is also a string. So @OE function is used to convert string to integer. It is used to convert string to integer. Specifically saying, it will convert numeric string to integer. If I give something like ABC, it will not convert to integer. It will only convert numeric strings to integer. String must contain only numeric values. Numeric string to integer. So A of 1 will contain 5. That 5 is converted to integer and stored in A. A of 2 contains some string 6. That string is converted to integer 6 and stored in B. Then S equal to A plus B. 5 plus 6 is calculated. So 11. Then the sum is printed. So I will take the slide again. So argc is integer and stores number of command line arguments passed by the user, including the name of the program. So if we pass a program, value of argc would be 2. If we pass one value to the program, argc value will be 2. One for argument and one for program name. Earlier the argc value is 3 because I have passed 2 arguments and also one program name. array elements from argv of 0 to argc minus 1. Earlier arg value is 3 and I have earlier arg value is 3, argc value is 3. So I have array of 0 to argc minus 1. So the array elements from argv of 0 to argc minus 1 will contain pointers to string. Argv of 0 is name of the program. After that, till argv of argc minus 1, every element is command line arguments. Every element is command line arguments. Okay, one more program I have to do. Write a program to find sum and average of n numbers using command line arguments. N numbers using command line arguments. So I am editing the same program. Save as command line sum abg. So I will finish it in 5 minutes. So I am storing two variables. abg comma sum. I'm using a for loop for I equal to 1, I less than argc, I plus plus, sum equal to sum plus, initializing sum as 0, atoe of argv of I. abg equal to sum by arg c minus 1. Printf sum equal to percentage d so I'm just declaring this average as float abg. So we already studied how to cast it into float. So I'm using a typecasting statement also. So this statement is already studied how to forcefully convert on statement another data type. Average equal to percentage f comma sum comma abg. I'm executing the program through command line gcc command r sum average dot c. There is no error. So I'm executing the program. For executing, I have to give a because previously compiled program always had name a. I'm giving some numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, how many arguments are there? Argc will be argc. Varada we are. Varada. Sham Santosh. Sham Santosh. Shashikant Singh. What
Yes,
will be
sir.
the value of arg C?
It will be 5, sir.
5,
Argument
5 or
five.
6? This is program name.
6, sir.
It
Yeah,
will be
yeah, sir,
6.
6.
It will be 6. So this will be the argv array. 0th position A will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here I have declared two variables, sum and average. Sum is initialized as 0. I equal to 1, I less than arg C. So the valid I values are 1, first value is 1, less than arg C. Arg C is 6. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first is sum equal to sum plus atto E of arg V of I. What is arg V of 1? That is 1. 1 will be converted to integer and added along with sum. Then next value of I will be taken, it is 2. So 1 plus 2 will be stored in sum. So then the sum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be stored in sum. Then the average is calculated. Average is float off because I am typecasting it. Sum by arg C minus 1. Arg C is 6. I have only 5 integers. That's why I have done arg C minus 1. So sum by 5 will be happening. That will be the average. We execute the program. So here int is not declared. That's the error. Okay, sorry. I have to run it through command line. So I'm pressing enter. Sum is 3. Average is not printed. And I have to compile the program. So the sum is 15 and average is 3. 15 by 3 is, 15 by 5 is 3. So this is the concept of command line argument. So that's all I want to discuss today. If anybody have any doubt, you can ask.